Okay, then you, changing your orders, are now going to be a front line with actual orders too. Tank Destroyer 3s. Marvellous. Let's go and upgrade these to Tank Destroyer 3s. And in fact, you can build a bunch of them because we've got a load of Heavy Tank 2s. So go ahead and do that because it's nice and cheap. And then... these are 45, these are 43. Night attack, night vision, definitely. Right. You lot, attack this. Then I'm going to use these box standard infantry to basically just hold on to Don Kuban, while the tanks do the majority of the actual pushing. Tanks in Russia, that never went wrong. It's summer at the moment. And also, they're not really tanks, they're just tank-supported infantry. Pacific States of America took 35 states. Combined Syndicates of America was annexed. PSA has won the Civil War. Good grief, you don't see that very often. What's the woo thing? Don't woo me. Cut off. End of the American Civil War. The American Civil War, the bloodiest conflict to ever descend on the New World, is over. So it's likely they'll become the USA again. I don't think they do. There we go, we've got the Dreadnought techs. Nice. We're on the verge of switching up how I'm planning this war. I want to get this crossing, and then we can worry about that. Fetrick Snoob, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I have a War Gold trigger, I know, but it's way over here. Come on, push across. Push across. I have glorious plans that I must undertake. Probably losing more casualties here than I would have lost in the entire war. Come on! Thank you. Right, then you cancel your orders. Cancel your orders. We're going to do a field marshal order. Going all the way down here. With the objective of all of this. In fact, screw it. Let's go all the way to Petrograd. Like that. Then I want a new unit. What I was hoping I could do was get these guys to join that army straight away, but apparently I can't. Bollocks. That's okay. Right, those two new troops. General, which is going to be Nedev. He does have the best attack, but he's old guard. I think actually Stoichev would be better. Jaunty Hat Man, of course, is going to be Jaunty Hat. Duh. Why wouldn't you use Jaunty Hat Man? Although actually, he might be better. No. He's definitely my tank man. We'll keep him with the tanks. What I was really hoping to do was get these guys to automatically join that army and then just add them to the field marshal plan, but unfortunately that doesn't look like it's going to work. Anyway, I need to take a 2-minute break right now. So 2 minutes if you need a break. I would recommend doing so now. Got about 2 minutes. Back soon. Okay, and I'm back again. Yeah, I can't send units to an army that doesn't have any orders, I know. I was hoping that the Field Marshal order would count as an army order, but it doesn't. The Australasian government has gone into exile and the main forces have capitulated to the Empire of Japan. And do that. So let's let you lot reposition real quick. And then we'll plan another offensive. So let's have you deploying in Kiev. I can see you from there. then once they're deployed, I'll just have to manually add them, I guess. Although, with the other thing I could do... Here we go. Is this. And then I'll just manually add them in as they become available. Alex DJ 1990, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. The Socialist Republic of Liberia has joined the Third Internationale. Interesting. Okay, I think I'm ready to say attack again. Advanced rocket artillery, here are the tier 2s. Good. Then let's go back to engineering, where I can... Oh, those are 44s. Never mind. Get better radar. Better fuel. Ah, better extraction. Here we are. Let's do that. Because I am currently buying way too much steel. Way too much steel. Is that because... Ships can't deploy. That's very inefficient. Why am I producing just so much steel? Let's stop buying from the commune. And let's stop buying from Prussia. Close enough. When does that mod modifier come in? Because it is September, it's got to be soon. Marshes. That's not the unit I care about. These are. Because before too long we'll have to just start entrenching. So we've now lost 38,000, they've lost 1.1 million. How much of that's to me? 800,000! Wow, okay. In fact, the losses are almost certainly going to be down here. They don't have that many troops on this front. Which is why I felt fairly good about just having the infantry here. Although what I could do, if I wanted to be really harsh, and it's me, so I kind of do. Why don't I just attach a heavy tank to every single one of these? It only cost me 1,000. I can do that. Sure. Okay, they're now armoured. With 67 armour, good luck. When does the Azerbaijan Morgul run out? Not sure. I don't think it actually says. What else do I need to produce? Ah, we got the destroyers out. Good. Is there anything that I'm actually running low on? Rocket artillery. You know what? I'm going to start producing rocket artillery again. Now that we have the tier 2s. But it will be a very low priority. Although, I am very curious. If I did replace one of the artillery with rocket artillery, what would the difference be? Soft attack would go up by 1.8. Breakthrough would go up, but defense goes down. Production cost also goes up now. Okay. No, actually what I could do is put rocket artillery support. No, I think I want to go logistics support. possibly maintenance, but almost certainly logistics. You can see when it runs out in the little alert icons. Ah. Today. So I should probably declare that one. Good to know. Oh, the heavy tanks have already arrived, apparently. Yeah, it's the manpower they're waiting to actually drive the tanks, but the tanks are there. So let's have you reduce your front line ever so slightly. Your goal... No, I'm going to cancel your current goal. Because what I really want you doing is getting across to this side. To control Azerbaijan. Infantry are just pushing the tanks in front of them. Yeah, in other armies, the tanks offer a lift to the infantry. In my armies, the infantry offer a lift to the tanks. Whoa, Shenrir! Hello, hello, hello! And welcome to all of Shenrir's followers and viewers and everything else. Malachor V. Malachor the 5th? Who's Malachor? I'm confused. Normally I'm one of you. Guessing that's something to do with the lithoids that you're playing. Buruzan, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Well, you are here to witness the mighty Bulgaria bludgeon all of the sods that are up against us, and we really are bludgeoning. Our tank templates are kind of ridiculous. I've done something I've never tried before. This is different. Playing mass assault doctrine. Because Bulgaria is the Prussia of the Balkans, and this is historically because they managed to rally, I think it was like 25% of their population into the armed forces, which is the highest percentage in the war. So I went, okay, we get loads of focuses which give manpower, this is Kaiserreich, so why not go mass assault? And I came across this template, which is really heavy infantry, but also can pack in a bunch of artillery and also heavy tanks. Bulgaria having a lot of chromium means you can get a lot of heavy tanks. And this template is just broken. Like, it does so much damage, it's kind of absurd. Like, we're up against Russia right now, and they're just not even a contest. We just roll straight over them. We have 1,700 defense, 169 breakthrough, and 600 soft attack. And we just keep going. But the attrition could be painful. Although so far it hasn't been too bad. And because it's primarily infantry, their supply use isn't actually that high. And we do have Boris in charge, who is a logistics wizard. Though actually we don't have very good supply consumption reduction. I guess you do. Level 9 planner. I've gone down a little bit in my estimations. But we also have a kind of ridiculous general. Like, he is a level 8. He is adaptable, and he has the improvisation expert, which means that all of his units move 10% faster, which means it's just overrun, 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 overrun. So if we look at the stats here, Russia, we've killed 1 million Russians, we've lost 46,000, and actually probably about 45,000 of those are my infantry divisions down here, just because they had a bit of a straight crossing there to deal with. But my tanks, all of my tanks, which are the purple lines, they're fine. 46,000 what? that 46,000 is high. So who was it that I beat? Ukraine. We inflicted 1.1 million casualties on the Ukraine. We took about 1,000 losses, was it? Chat? I'm trying to remember. I think no, it was 2,000 losses. We killed 1.1 million. Fozzie, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, it was 932 against Poland, but we didn't kill 1 million Poles. We did kill like 800,000. How many Poles did we kill? It was a lot. But they didn't even inflict... No, it wasn't Poland. That was Don Kuban. Don Kuban was the 932. Concentrated Industry 5. Cool. More fuel. Because we are using a little bit of it. Trying to be the next Patton. I think Patton was trying to be me. And then the other template I've got are the Varangians, which are these guys, which are many, many more heavy tanks. I designed this to be the actual breakthrough units, but I haven't really needed them. Just because my standard template is so obscenely strong. Against Don Kuban, we took 967 losses. That's not 1,000, that's literally 967, and killed 1.1 million. Okay, there you go. Ukraine was 2.2 thousand losses, 2 million killed. There you go. And then Russia stupidly declared war on me. I was going to leave Russia alone. I quite like Russia. I was going to go after the Third Internationale, which is basically the rest of Europe at this stage. Because Germany did lose. And then Germany went into exile in Africa, and then the Cairo Pact slapped them around. Oh, and the other thing which was interesting is this United States of America, actually the PSA. The Pacific States of America actually won this war. The Gospel of Wealth. That's a great focus name. Maltwoo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Ferengi America, he kind of is. Oh yeah, and then the last templates which we're using are my tiny, tiny little infantry divisions, which were literally just 8 combat width infantry. Then I thought, you know what, I'm suffering the most casualties with these guys. Let's just slap a heavy tank in there. So they now have a heavy tank, just driving them around. And since then, my casualties in those units has decreased substantially. I do have a lot of heavy tanks, though. We have 3,500 still in storage. And another 2 military factories. I think we're going to build some more heavy tanks. Can never have too many. 7 and Zainal, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Pacific States of America.
Raiding party!
Hey, Prussian Prince, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to Prussian Prince's viewers. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. How'd your game go? Sorry I couldn't stick around to watch a little bit more myself. Nazavoth, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh yeah, we do have the Shenria class of ships. That's true. So I usually name units after subscribers, and Shenria, you came up in my random generation. So we have the Shenria Interwar Panzerschiff, of which there are actually a couple. There we go. The Slivnica, the Breznik, and the Radomir. Hope it sinks. You haven't sunk yet. I don't think a single Shenria has sunk, actually. But we haven't had many naval battles. Greece, this ain't. You raided the raid. I'm trying to think what raiding raiders would be, other than entirely acceptable. Let's move you down to there. Let's move you down to there. Keep the field marshal with the tanks going. Am I starting to suffer mod attrition yet? No. When does the mod modifier appear? Or am I thinking Hearts of Iron 3 with mod? Because I definitely remember it being a thing. Or am I too far north now? I'm still astonished I'm taking no attrition. I think it's just the fact that we're so heavy infantry. In fact, Prussian, you might be interested in this. Like, I seem to have stumbled across just the most ridiculous template. We are mass assault, which allows me to pack more infantry in a template. So it's really heavy, 15 divisions of infantry, 4 artillery, heavy tank destroyer and a heavy tank. It's exactly 40 combat width, and these just melt everything. It's absolutely bonkers. And I don't even have decent support. Like, I barely even looked at that. The game was fun, but we all ended up losing despite doing well against the Allies. I think the mod we were playing, Spot Mod, is pretty unbalanced in favour of the Allies. I thought Spot Mod was just like a... Spot Mod was just an underlying edit. Actually, I don't know. Russia is still huge. Russia is still huge. You're not wrong. And we are getting to winter. It is now November. Winter is coming. Oh, but you know what? Boris is a master of acclimatization. He's adaptable. He's not a winter soldier, admittedly. Winter specialist. He hasn't even started getting that. Right, new research. I'm going to... What do we need? It is still 43, although it is late 43 now. Ah, infantry anti-attack 2. That'll do. Template is fine. Not sure what the heavy tank destroyer adds instead of another heavy tank. You're not wrong. I started out having just the heavy tank destroyer because playing Bulgaria, I didn't exactly have a lot of industry. But now I have a ton of industry and I probably could be using heavy tanks instead of heavy tank destroyers. Old Styler and Okawu, thank you very much for the follows. What would have happened if Bulgaria joined the Allies? The who nows? Allies don't exist in this timeline. If you mean the Entente, then... I'm not even sure Bulgaria can join the Entente. But for the moment, Bulgaria stands alone, didn't join a faction. We beat up Serbia, we beat up Greece. In fact, it was a very impressive opening. It was Bulgaria versus Greece, Serbia, Romania, and the Ottomans all at once, and we still won. But it is against the AI. Yeah, I've been sitting on 0 manpower for a long time. We are actually mobilizing right now, and I am training a boatload of additional divisions, even more cataphracts, and being mass assault, they're pretty infantry intensive. But as long as they are getting the troops and they are training, I'm fine with it. Because we're really not losing very many men against Russia. We've now killed 1.5 million, we've lost 68,000.